Alright guys, welcome back to Brain Dump. We're going to talk about stress today. Make yourself at home, get comfortable. So, it's International Stress Month, right? It's been that for the past 2 weeks. I've only just realised today, but thought let's talk about stress. Because to be honest with you, I've had a stressful week and I'm not sure what it is. It's work, it's a few things coming up. And just change, when things are changing so quickly, you can feel a bit overwhelmed and you get a bit stressed. But I want to talk about stress because I've had a few thoughts on stress. So we talk a lot about stressing over the things we can't control. We get stressed about the weather. Oh, it's raining tomorrow. We get stressed. Oh, what if I get ill? Things that are just outside your control, right? You've got those things, and then you've got things that we get stressed about that are in our control. We get stressed about the work we do, which we can control. We get stressed about our relationships, which we have some control in, right? And I think that the things that are the most stressful are the things we know we can affect, right? I think Jordan Peterson talked about this. He said there's a price you pay for every decision you ever make. We're burdened with the responsibility of choice. And that really resonates with me because every second that goes by, we get a choice. We can make a conscious choice. Do we act out of line with our values, or do we act in line with our values? Do we pick up our phone, or do we get to work? Do we pick up the takeaway, or do we cook a home-cooked meal? That is in our control. And I think a lot of us get stressed out because we get into habits that we feel like we know they're in our control, but we feel, because it's habitual, we feel like we're at the mercy of those habits. And that's what causes a lot of stress because we realise this is my own doing this. And we start to beat ourselves up. We start to think, oh, I'm just destined to fail. I can't pull my finger out, right? So I wanted to talk about that. But I think on the other hand, we get stressed because we're not working enough, right? And this is something I get. When I'm not working a lot of the time, I feel guilty because if I'm not doing something productive. And I know that's something I need to work on in myself, because being productive doesn't mean working all the time. It doesn't mean grafting and never sitting still. I'd say that's unhealthy, actually. If you work 16 hours and you went to bed and you woke up and worked again, okay, you're productive, you might get a lot done, you might be successful, but will you have your health? Will you spend time with family and enjoy life, take time to enjoy life? No, you won't. So stress it's not about working all the time. It's about being intentional with what you do in every moment. Because a lot of the time we're not intentional with what we do. Going on your phone is not a bad habit. It's how you use your phone. Are you using it for work? Are you using it to reach out to people you care about? Or are you using it just to scroll aimlessly? So for me anyway, being unintentional is a big cause of my stress. Knowing that I'm not being intentional, knowing that I'm not doing what's true to me is what causes me a lot of stress. And I think when we're at peace with every action we do, that's when we feel no stress. When we know it's the right decision. And when we're giving ourselves time to relax and rejuvenate. Because we're not machines, we're human beings. So we are burdened with this responsibility, as Jordan Peterson put it, of making decisions. We're burdened because every decision we make, for better or for worse, has a consequence. And we know that, and that's why we get stressed. We know that every single thing we eat contributes towards our long-term health. We know that every single footstep we take contributes towards our long-term health and the outcome of our lives. We know that. And I think a lot of the time that causes a lot of stress when we know we're acting out of line with those values that we have that we deeply hold. So, just food for thought. This is just a thought I had on a walk. Be intentional with your time. Be conscious, be aware of what decisions you make, and know why you're doing them. Never do anything out of habit or because I do it like that. Always be conscious of why you're doing something. And don't always work yourself through the ground, because that isn't always the best choice of your time. Sometimes the best choice is sitting there and doing nothing. And I'm not saying scrolling through your phone. I'm not saying go to the pub. I'm not saying, just watch Netflix. Rest. Be intentional with your rest. Simply rest. Sit there. Take everything in. Let your brain rest. That's intentional and that's productive. So that's how I'm going to approach the next few days anyway. We've got the Easter weekend coming up, so I'm going to be intentional with my time. Hope this has resonated with someone. Brain dump over. Let's go.